Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike from Mike's Finance, and today I'm going to go over a lot of the misconceptions of retiring a millionaire and that it's a lot easier than most people say that it is, and I'll prove it with some math. Alright, so you want to retire a millionaire, but you don't know where to start. It's actually quite easy once you understand a little bit of the nuances of investing. So here on my screen, we have a compound growth chart right here. And here we can put an initial contribution. We have additional contributions after that, their frequency, rate of return, compounding frequency, and time to grow. So I'm going to have this set up as if you're a 20-year-old. So if you're 20 years old, this is what your investment chart could look like. So we'll say you're retiring at 60. So here we have time to grow 40 years. Everything compounds yearly. That's just how it works for investing and all that. So for our rate of return, we are going to do 10.47%. And a lot of you might be thinking, 10.47%, what bank is giving 10.74% on your money? And that's the beauty of it. That is the average return of the S&P 500, 10.47%. So let's say you're 20 years old and you start with, on your 20th birthday, you start with $1,000. 1,000 big ones. And every month you put in another, let's say $200 by $100 a week. So $400 a month. Boom. If you put $1,000 on your 20th birthday into the S&P 500 and added $400 more every single month after that, at retirement you would have $2.6 million. $2.6 million, and you only put in $193,000 of that. Now when you're 30. You'd almost be a millionaire with these numbers. In order to do it though, since you're starting later in life, you probably need to bump that up to 500 at least every month invested. But if you're starting at 30, you are already way behind where you should be. And the earlier you invest, the less you have to invest later on. Like, let's say we have 40 years to grow. So we're 20 years old. Let's say we've been saving for 2 years since we were 18 and we saved up $10,000. Add an extra zero there. And let's say we did no other money. Let's say we never invested ever again. Still $500,000 at retirement. If you just put $10,000 in and left it. Let's say you went way from 16 to 20, you were just grinding, saving money. Let's say you had 40 grand saved. $2.1 million. If you ask me, that just seems like a no-brainer. But there are people that are 35, 40 years old that have never invested in retirement. So let's say the later game would be 40. So you only have 20 years of growth. So let's say you start investing, and I would assume if you're 40 years old and you just started investing, you're probably not that great with money. So we're going to put no initial contribution. And let's say you have $500 a month to put in. Look at that. Across 20 years, $500 a month is not even $400,000. That is why it's so important to start early with investing for retirement if you want to retire at a normal age. Like, look, I won't change anything else. I'll just change time to grow. So this is if you invested $500 a month starting at age 20 or 40. So it's 379. Well, that's 400 years, not that. There. 3.1 million if you did $500 a month for 40 years. I don't know what else you guys need to see. But if you're in your 20s and 30s, let this be a guide to you. Retire a millionaire. It's not that hard.